So today we are checking out something that at first glance looks like an absolute steal, the Chieftec Visio. This is a compact dual glass fish tank style case. It supports full ATX motherboards, comes with 6 pre-installed ARGB fans and still manages to land at a very aggressive price point. This sounds like one of those cases that's almost too good to be true. And honestly, once you actually build in it, you start to understand why. The Visio is already clean looking case. You got tempered glass on the front and side, slightly tinted with that seamless corner design that gives you a full view into the build inside. It absolutely nails that modern showcase aesthetic. Size-wise, it's pretty compact for something that technically supports ATX, 430mm long, 295mm wide and 390mm tall. So it sits somewhere between a mid-tower and a slightly larger micro ATX case. But the moment you handle it, you'll notice something. The steel is a bit thin. It's not falling apart or anything, but there's definitely more flex than you'd expect, especially compared to some competitors. It's one of those early signs that this case is heavily optimized for cost. Up front, the I/O is actually pretty solid. You get USB-C, 2 USB-A ports, yep, still blue unfortunately, and a combo audio jack and 2 buttons. One is your standard power button with the subtle LED, and the other is technically a reset button, but Chieftec used it to cycle through ARGB effects on the included controller. And here's a nice little detail here. They didn't label it, so if you want to use it as a reset instead, you still can. Small thing, but thoughtful. Around the case, airflow is handled in a slightly different way since there's no mesh front. Instead, you got intake coming from the side and bottom and exhaust at the rear and optionally to the top. The top panel has a magnetic dust filter and supports up to 360mm radiator, and the bottom has a full-length filter that you can actually slide out from the front, which is one of the better implementations out there. Getting into the case is super easy. Both side panels are toolless, glass panel pops off with a tab, and the steel panel uses a similar mechanism. No screws, no hassle, which is always nice to see at this price point. Inside, the layout is clearly dual chamber with the PSU and storage tucked behind the motherboard tray, and the main chamber focused is entirely on showcasing your hardware inside. And this is where things start to get interesting. On paper, the compatibility is excellent. You can fit mini ITX, micro ATX, ATX, and even back connect motherboards. GPU clearance goes up to 420mm, CPU cooler support is up to 175mm, and you can run a 360mm AIO in the top without any real issues. But in practice, this case really feels like it was designed for micro ATX first and ATX second, since the ATX board sits flush to the bottom. It literally sits on the wires for the bottom fans. Yep, this can be routed properly, but again, for proper ATX board install, you will need to remove the bottom fans or wiggle your way around them like I did. So yeah, ATX is supported here, but it's not exactly a comfortable fit. One of the biggest selling points here is the included cooling. You get 6 fans out of the box, 3 at the bottom, 2 on the side and 1 at the rear. Size-wise, you can fit 3 120mm or 2 140 up top, but as for the side, bottom and rear fan placement, only 120mm in size. The 5 intake fans use reverse blades, so you still get that clean RGB look while pulling air into the case, which is a nice touch. They are PWM controlled and fully addressable with RGB not just in the hub but also around the frame. Visually, it looks great when everything is powered on. But these fans are based on an older design, and you can tell the blades are relatively small, there's a noticeable gap to the frame, and overall airflow performance isn't as strong as what you'd get from more modern fans. So while you get quantity here, you're not necessarily getting the top tier quality. Regarding the cable management, this is probably the biggest pain point of the entire case. Behind the motherboard tray, you do get a decent number of zip tie points, and there's a bundled ARGB PWM hub that supports all 6 fans, and a bunch of wires for each fan that has PWM cable and an ARGB cable, and they are all daisy chain capable. That means you're dealing with a huge number of wires and connectors, far more than you'd expect in a case this size. At one point, you're essentially managing a wall of cables, and even with careful routing, it's hard to make it look clean. But there are no grommets here, no proper cable channels, and space is limited. This is not something a first-time builder is going to enjoy. I mean, it is manageable, but won't look tidy in the end because, again, there are literally a bunch of wires here. Storage is handled pretty well here. Actually, you get support for two 3.5-inch drives and two 2.5-inch SSDs, and the hard drive cage design is surprisingly clever. You can install multiple drives in a specific order without removing the cage, which is a nice quality of life touch. But again, there's a trade-off here. If you're using back-connect motherboards, that same cage can block access to some of the rear connectors, which kind of defeats part of that purpose. And you can't reposition it anywhere else. So again, compromises exist here. Building in the Visio is a mixed experience. Again, GPU installation is easy enough and there's plenty of clearance for large cards, which is great. A 360 AIO in the top fits without any issues, and you even get some adjustability there. But everything else requires a bit more effort. You'll spend a good amount of time just managing cables before you even start installing components here. You'll likely need to remove fans, bottom fans, to access mounting points. Routing GPU power cables cleanly is tricky due to the limited paths, and once everything is in, the backside becomes very crowded very quickly. It's one of those builds where the final result can look really clean from the front, but behind the scenes it's actually full chaos. Airflow is conceptually solid here, bottom and side intake, rear exhaust, optional top exhaust, but in reality there are a couple of limitations. The clearance under the case is quite low, which restricts how much fresh air those bottom fans can pull in. The GPU, if it is a thicker one or you use a micro ATX board that has a lower first PCI slot, it will sit very close to those fans as well, which doesn't help. Combine that with the average performance of the included fans, and thermals end up being decent, but not exceptional given the proven design of the dual chamber cases. You can definitely improve things here with better fans or tuning these fans, but out of the box it's not leading the charts. CPU idles at 42 degrees, gaming is in the upper 50s, around 57 to 58 degrees, maxing out at 74 degrees. GPU idles at 31, which is okay thanks to the bottom fans and that this is a slim card, but as I said, if you are using thicker GPUs or micro ATX with that lower first PCI slot, this will become an issue. Gaming is in the middle 50s as well, around 54 to 55 degrees, so all in all GPU is fine only if you use classic ATX boards and slimmer cards. So here are some pros and cons. It is excellent value for the price, only 65 euros, considering that you get 6 pre-installed fans, all are ARGB and PWM fans, you have clean dual glass aesthetic, you have the back connect motherboard support, you have great hard drive cage design, and you have toolless panels everywhere. You have actually strong RGB customization via the included controller. But it also has some cons: the thin steel quality, extremely messy cable management, no rubber grommets anywhere, and fans are dated in design, and the ATX support feels forced in this case. Bottom fans block motherboard installation, and you actually have limited airflow clearance underneath. The blue USB ports in the front, why? Hard drive cage can't be used if you use back connect motherboards. So here are my final thoughts. The Chieftec Visio is a bit of contradiction. On one hand, it offers incredible value with 6 ARGB fans included, it has a clean dual glass design, it has support for modern layouts like the back connect motherboards for cleaner builds, and the price is around 65 euros. I would very much like to see the variant without the fans for a lower price. That would have been a great option here. On the other hand, there are some fundamental issues that are hard to ignore here. The case feels like it was originally designed for micro ATX boards and then adapted to ATX. Cable management is genuinely challenging, but doable. The included fans, while visually impressive, are not most efficient. And the overall building experience can be frustrating, especially if you're not experienced. So who is it for then? If you're building a compact, visually focused system, especially micro ATX system, and you're comfortable dealing with cables, this can actually be a really solid value pick, and I emphasize value here. But if you're expecting a smooth beginner-friendly experience or planning a clean ATX build, well, there are a lot of other options with similar prices as well. So that's it guys, hope you liked the video, sub to the channel, like and share it, and I'll see you in another one.